Hello, my name is Patrick, and this is my week 7 presentation on families and labour. The article that I chose was Women Continue to Carry on the Load When It Comes to Unpaid Work. This article talks about how much unpaid work women are doing in the home and how this has not changed even the effects of COVID-19 and everyone being stuck at home. A large percentage of this being taken up by women supervising and looking after children. Here are some graphs showing information. Women spend more time than men supervising their children. Nearly 40% of all women with children spend more than 5 hours each week supervising and caring for them. More than a third spend over 20 hours. By contrast, just 32% of men spend more than 5 hours a week. A mere 17% do more than 20 hours watching over and caring for their kids. No shock. How much time do we spend on unpaid work? Over a quarter of women spend more than 10 hours a week doing unpaid indoor work compared to just 8% of men. But there is a shift when outdoors. 7% of men spend more than 10 hours a week on outdoor housework and repairs, with barely 6% of women who spend this minute doing the same amount of work. Over half of women spend more than 5 hours a week doing indoor housework, compared just to 28% of women, 20% out of men, and women continue to be the ones who more likely to cook dinner. 50% of women spend more than 5 hours doing so, compared to 30% of men. More women spend longer time doing unpaid work than men. A quarter of men spend more than 5 hours a week caring and supervising children, roughly the same level as outdoor housework and repairs. But the reality is that the level done by men outdoor does not balance out work done by women. In women, weekly housework, paid employment, houses, and childcare. In 2019, the Melbourne Institute's Household Income and Labour Dynamic in Australia survey found even when it took into account the amount of paid employment, women do more work. When men were the main breadwinners of the household, the amount of both paid and unpaid work was roughly the same by men and women. But in the other case, even when women were the main breadwinner, women did more work. Before the pandemic, women did more work than men during the pandemic, including the men's amount of unpaid work they did. But so too did women. So we see women continue to be the ones who carry out the load when it comes to the work that doesn't get paid. There is no surprise that this did not change. Even a global pandemic cannot break many centuries of learnt gender norms in society when the male of the family being the breadwinner and the females are the ones who do the unpaid domestic labor. My question is, what are some ways that the gap with the unpaid domestic labor between sexes can be reduced? Thank you for listening. Here's my references.